When it comes to patterns, there's always lots of ways and materials to cut. Hello there, May Flom here, and today we're going to take some heat transfer vinyl, some fabric, and some pattern paper and put them all together onto different gift bags, different materials with the ScanNCut DX. Now I am working with the SDX 85S. This ScanNCut has a number of designs in here already built in, so while you can bring in your own designs, you can also use the patterns provided. This particular one is a gift box. It comes with a rectangle and then the bow and the ribbon for the package. You can create these materials out of any number of materials, any number of sizes. What you're going to do though is select the size that you would like here initially. This is going to properly size all of the pieces for you. Once you've decided what size you would like, click OK, then select the piece of the pattern that you would like to cut. Once you have this on your screen, you can then move it around as needed and you will prepare to cut the material. One of the ways I do this is to go ahead and scan by pressing that metal button with the blue, and this is going to scan my mat in, and then I can see where on the mat I have put my scrap of material. And for this particular one, we are using vinyl, so I'm going to want to turn half cut on. This is going to cut the vinyl and not the carrier sheet. I'm going to go ahead and click start to get that cutting, and then once it has finished cutting, I'm going to go ahead and select the next part. In this case, I want the bow and the ribbon around the package items, and I'm using a glitter vinyl. Now if you're wondering why I didn't do these separately or together, with the green, I did them separately because this is a different thickness and you do want to cut different thicknesses of materials separately. So I am cut that out of my glitter vinyl, and now those pieces are done, but as long as we're here in the ScanNCut, we are going to go ahead and cut out all of the other pieces needed. So here you can see I had those pieces set onto the section where I had my vinyl, getting the most out of my material. And now I am finished. We're going to go back and we're going to add more. I'm going to add more materials because I'm going to cut different materials out of, I can cut them out of vinyl, I can cut them out of different things, but I can cut as many as I would like at the same time, as long as they fit on the screen and as long as the materials I'm cutting are the same thickness. If you have varying thicknesses, you simply want to adjust and cut at separate times. Now you might notice I just used the trash can to delete my little bows there. There are several ways to keep adding different designs and moving them around. One of them is simply to use that trash can feature. And of course, if I go to click add, I can add more from this particular design. Now I'm going to turn half cut off because now I am cutting fabric. So now I am cutting the fabric rectangle for my project, and we're going to go ahead and get started there. And then I'm going to cut all my paper elements. So I've got my bow, and you can see I have my paper there, and you can see that I've scanned it in. So what I am doing here is zooming in so that I can make sure where I have placed my elements and that they are truly within the area that I want them. You'll also notice that when I scanned in, and it's always that same process that I used that I already demonstrated, but you can see that I can really get to looking at exactly where these items are and exactly where I want this to be. For example, on that paper, you can see we're going to have a beautiful pattern on our paper. Now with everything cut out, I am going to do some weeding for my vinyl pieces. And that just means that we are going to take our pick tool, or you could use your fingers as well, and we're going to remove the vinyl that is extra. So we are going to remove all the vinyl that we do not want to transfer onto other materials. Now I'm going to start with my first bag. This one I'm going to do the green gift with the green vinyl and then the glitter ribbon. And I'm putting a piece of fabric over my surface, and I'm working on a wool mat. This is an ironing board would work, but this is like an ironing pressing mat designed for this work. And then I'm peeling this off, and as you can see, it's absolutely lovely. Now I'm just going to need to cut apart those pieces, those vinyl pieces for the ribbon, and then one at a time, starting with the ribbon there, around the package. I'm going to place them and repeat the step of covering with cloth and ironing. And then, as you can see, for our reveal, repeating the process, look at that. We have a beautiful sparkly bow on this gift bag, which of course we could add more decorations to. But right now, what I really want to show you, now that we've seen our first example, is carrying on to the other two examples. Now here we have a gift bag. So again, I did use the glitter vinyl, but now we have the fabric gift. And this is a paper bag. And yes, I did just do the exact same process of using the iron and placing each piece and putting them on there. You can iron onto paper. The heat transfer or adhesive, the fabric, I had adhesive on the back that was heat activated. You can absolutely iron onto paper, or you can put paper onto paper as you see me doing here with traditional double-sided adhesive and paper elements. And I'll point out, look how beautiful that pattern is on my gift. I absolutely love that, and that's because I use the scanning feature to be able to come in here and get exactly the piece of paper that I wanted. Now I'm just putting some double-sided adhesive all over the bow. A little different, of course, when I'm heat setting, I'm just using my iron and pressing and it's glue all over. This way I actually have to go and do a little more, but that's okay. Now, you've seen it put in 3 different materials on 3 different bags. What goes on next? That's up to you. You could leave these alone or you could do different things. For example, here I have my gift already in the bag and I am just using some buttons and thread and stitching some buttons on the top to actually seal and close this bag, which is a technique that I absolutely love. It definitely makes it peek proof, but it's also a lot of fun, adds a textural element, adds some more fun details. You could also add beads, you could add ribbons, you could add all kinds of things, or you could leave your projects plain and simple and beautiful. You have put a homemade touch on these holiday gifts for loved ones. I hope I have inspired you today to maybe take a look at different materials, mixing and matching, and using your ScanNCut for all it is capable of in your holiday crafting.